What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Hangout Spot where you already know it's real talk, boxing talk, live from my man cave. It's your boy Johnny. Let's talk boxing because today I have a very, very special guest. In fact, he is one of the best trainers in boxing today, personally one of my favorites, and he is best known for training his two sons. One of them is former junior welterweight champion Jose Benavidez Jr. The second one is two-time super middleweight champion and current interim WBC lightweight champion, the Mexican monster, La Bandera Roja, David Benavidez. He also trains undefeated super middleweight contender Diego Pacheco, and he has trained Jose Rayo Valenzuela. He now manages him. Obviously, we've seen Rayo Valenzuela with a big win this weekend over Isaac Pitbull Cruz to win his first world title. But without further ado, I want to bring in, and I just want to say that it is an honor to have head trainer Jose Benavidez Sr. here. Coach, it's an honor to have you. Welcome to the Hangout Spot, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the invite. Super excited, super happy to be here with you guys. Also, I want to thank all the fans for all the support, and we're going to continue working hard. Like you said, I've been working with David since he was born. His first fight was when he was exhibition fight when he was 3 years old. Junior had his first fight at 8 years old, and Rayo Valenzuela, we took him to the professional fights. We debuted him with Junior and David, and now we're also working with Diego Pacheco. He has a big fight coming up August 31st in LA, and also Daniel Blancas, another prospect, great prospect, and also Julio Porras from Mexico, from Sonora, Mexico. And I'm super excited. We just got today at 135, Omar. They call him El Ranita, La Ranita. Another guy has 20 fights signed with Samsung. So super excited, man, to be honest with you. And I'm blessed to be working with these guys.
No, listen, man, it's an absolute honor to have you here. I'm a big fan of yours and your sons. But first off, before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to Stitch Duran, because I interviewed him a couple months ago. And on the show, he told me that you had actually, it was on the same day that I interviewed him that you guys had conversations that he was going to work with David in his corner prior to his fight with Alexander Vacic, his last fight, right? So during that conversation, he told me that he had met you years and years prior, even before David and Jose Jr. turned pro. And you had told him that you had two sons that were going to be turning pro and that eventually they will become world champions. And then he said, obviously, years later, he caught up with you. And obviously, you brought that into manifestation because both Jose Jr. and David Benavidez became world champions. So I just want to say congratulations on that, man.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. It's so funny because I met him, when I was working with Ryan Bader. We were coming back from a fight, and we sat next to each other. And when I saw him, I was like, oh, man, am I sitting next to him? Like, I was super nervous, man. I don't even know what to say. I didn't want to bother him or man, I was in shock. And, I just started talking to him, and, he's a really nice guy, man, and then I started feeling a bit more comfortable. That's when I started talking to him. But, man, he's a great guy, man. And going back to what you said, that we were, I called him the same day that you interviewed him, because David had a cut actually a week, 2 weeks before the fight. So we took the stitches like maybe on a Friday a week before the fight. And I'm like, man, I'm not going to risk it. It's a big fight. I'm going to have to call one of the best Cutmans in the world. And right away, I knew he was the one, And thank God we got him. Dave Jr. didn't get cut or nothing like that, but he gave me a lot of confidence. I was feeling really good in case if that cut was to open. And but yeah, no, he's very professional. I'm super happy. And from now on, he's going to be a part of Benavidez camp.
That's awesome. I think that was a wise choice, Coach, because like you said, he's the GOAT, and right now David is, he's pretty much one of the best fighters in boxing today. We'll get to him in a second. But one question I did wanted to ask you is, and I wanted to take it back a little bit. When did you realize, that you had two potential champions? Was it at a very, very young age?
No, not at all. To be honest with you, I didn't know nothing about boxing until I was 26. Like I said, David Jr. was 6 years old. David was like 1 year old. And I started training Junior because I grew up without parents, and I wanted them to do sports. I want to spend time with them, and I took them to every sport there was: baseball, soccer, swimming, whatever they could do in order for them to get better in their lives and get stronger. But then I found boxing, man, and I fell in love with boxing. I was 26 years old.
So my apologies. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty there, but coach, you were talking about how you got the boys started.
Oh yeah,
How you
yeah.
got David
So
started.
yeah, I got them into boxing, and I just wanted them to defend themselves because I grew up without parents, and people always hit me when I was little, and I panicked, and I thought, hey man, I'm gonna get them stronger, and show them how to fight just in case if something happens to me. But the first time I fought Junior, he was 7 years old, I believe, and man, that great feeling that I felt, and he won his first fight. I was like, man, I love this, man. We got to go back and train. So I just became obsessed with boxing, and at the end of the day, all this good thing came into a bad thing, to be honest with you, because then I became obsessed and I just wanted them to train, train, train. And I went to all the fights and Junior was winning, 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 winning. And man, it was bad, bro, to be honest with you. Um, and yeah, and that's what happened. I just kept in boxing, keep training, and sometimes I kind of think back. I'm like, man, I was really hard on them, and they were not allowed to go to the movies. They were not allowed to go play with their friends, but thank God they became world champions, so it was worth the all that hard work.
It's interesting you say that because Junior was a decorated amateur, obviously, and he's carved himself out a really really nice professional career so far. We know it's not over, and we're going to touch on that, in a little bit. But I've always been fascinated with the father trainer combination. So I'm glad that you gave me that perspective because it can be hard, right?
Super
Because
hard, man.
yeah,
I train so many kids, so many fighters, and the hardest thing is to train your son, man. That's the hardest thing because if you look at it, since they're born, you always tell them what to do, and sometimes they don't like that, you know, and it's just so hard, man. And it's really easy to train somebody else that is not your family than training your own kids. But thank God, I proved all the world that we did it. Both of them became world champions, but behind that, there was a lot of tears, a lot of sacrifices, and there was times that I didn't want to do it anymore because it was hard and it was very cruel. And thank God, he gave me the string and to stay positive and keep going. Because there were so many times that I didn't want to do it anymore.
no, I commend you for that, coach, and you've done a great job with them. There was one time, and I believe it was before Junior had fought. I want to say it was Danny Garcia, and they did a video on kind of Junior talking about his relationship with you and how it kind of matured. And I was a little bit tough, but then it got a lot easier as he got older because you kind of softened up a little bit. So
Yeah,
what
no,
you're
now
telling me
I'm
makes
old.
sense.
I'm old, man. Now, it's like, before I remember, I love them to death, man. I will give my life for them, but I cannot say I love you because I thought if I say I love you, they're gonna become weak and they're not gonna be the monsters I know they are or they can be. So now, I tell them I love you all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that no more. But I was just scared, man, to be honest with. But now they became world champions, and now I just want to be a better father, a better husband, and a better grandpa. That's all I want, bro. To be honest with you, we're still working hard, but there's no. I'm not afraid to say I love you no more. But I ate that for so many years, man, and it was killing me inside. But I thought, when they became world champions, it's like, fuck, they did it. That's it. It was very painful for me, and for them to go through what they went. But in the good, I love them. I always loved them, and I always wanted them to be the best and have a good future. But that's why when I see those movies with Selena, the Serena sisters, and Michael Jackson, and all the stories about what they went through, man, it's painful. It's very very hard, and I can connect with that and all that, but at the end of the day, thank God sometimes it's worth it, but sometimes you lose your whole family because you put too much pressure.
No, that's real. That's real, coach, man. That hit home. It really did. And like I said, it takes a lot to be able to admit that. And he did say that during the interview. I think both of you guys said that, and I thought
Yeah,
that was absolutely amazing. I thought it was amazing,
yeah.
and obviously, kudos again to what you've been able to accomplish with them. Again, I am here with head trainer extraordinaire Jose Benavidez Sr. Now that we're on the topic of a junior, I've seen some videos surfacing of him training. Is he planning on getting back in the ring
Yeah,
anytime
yeah.
soon?
You know what? To be honest with you, I thought the Danny Garcia was going to be the last fight. Because at the end of the day, um, you gotta admit sometimes, that the love is not there of boxing. But yeah, I was very impressed. He looked good, against him. I told him, hey, I'll give you another fight. At the end of the day, these guys are young. These guys are coming strong, and I was very proud how he looked with Danny Garcia. So definitely, there's another fight for him in there, and hopefully he can look good, and we continue going with that. And he's training, he's motivated, and now he's thinking better. He's connecting with the universe and reading more and I think he found his passion now in his body. He found a lot of good things in life. He found God also. So man, I'm very proud. I'm super happy to see that and I think you guys are gonna see a different Junior.
Amazing, amazing, and he's also got a career potentially in movie as a movie star, right? Because
Man,
we saw him on Creed 3, man. Make sure you tell Junior I said he did his thing. He did his thing in that role, man.
yeah, man, I was so proud, the big role that he got in there. It was amazing, man. Seeing my son on a movie, man, it's like, fuck, man. It just gets better and better and better every time.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Let's pivot. Let's pivot a little bit. Let's talk about David. There's been a lot of talk about David in social media on all the boxing networks. Personally, David Benavidez is one of my favorite fighters. I think he's exciting. I think he's top 10 pound for pound. And of course, David Benavidez, in his last fight, made his light heavyweight debut at 175. He before that, obviously dominating the 168 division, and failing to get a fight with Canelo, decided to just move up. And we're going to circle back on that in a second because I want to get your take on that. But at 175, I thought David looked well. I thought he looked really, really well. The hand speed was there, which I think at light heavyweight, I don't know if any light heavyweight is going to be able to possess or be able to deal with that hand speed, the body attack. He got a lot of criticism because he didn't stop a tough guy, Alexander Vacic. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, what are you going to do, right? I mean, you dominated the fight on the scorecards, man. I mean, it is possible for people to win a decision. You don't have to knock out everybody else.
But you know what? I'm so proud of how he did it, how he came with two messed up hands with the cut over his left eye. I feel super proud. That's what makes him a monster, because with two hands, he still looked spectacular in that fight. If he would have dropped this guy like in 2-3 rounds, they would say, oh, he's fighting a bump, a guy that was super old, So at the end of the day, people are always going to criticize. He won. We're going to continue working hard and keep showing the world that we deserve to be the best at whatever way he decides to be. And we just got to keep working and we got to keep showing up and keep winning. And finally, one day, people are going to be happy.
No, I agree. And you're right. You can't satisfy everybody. But you touched on two things that I want you to elaborate a little bit about. You said that he had issues with his hands. I know he said in the post after the fight with Vacic that he did, he did suffer a cut in training and he had injured a hand. So you're saying it was both hands?
Both hands, yeah. What happened was that he torn a ligament and on the right hand. So we were trying to let that heal. It took like about 3-4 weeks for that to get healed, and it wasn't even healed. But we let it rest for the day of the fight. So we started using the left a lot, and then overusing it, it got messed up too. So like I said, I knew that the animal that he is, that I knew that once we would get there one night, that's it. He was going to show up and beat this guy with the two messed up hands. But 2 weeks before the fight, we just wanted to test to see the condition and see where he was at. And he gets a cut, and we're like, fuck, man, what do we do now? We just got the stitches, and I told him, don't worry about it. We're going to be okay. A week before we fight, we take him out and everything's going to be okay. Nobody's going to know. And hopefully they don't know because otherwise they're going to try to hit that eye right there. And
Absolutely.
everything worked good. And thank God, like I said, he looked well. but he was not 100%. He was maybe like 60%. If he was 100%, maybe he would have knocked this guy out, and still people would be talking.
Absolutely, coach. Absolutely, man. And then you mentioned the weight. How did he feel at 175? That was his first fight at
You feel
175.
much better. Everybody struggles at any weight that they fight. Whoever tells you that they don't struggle, they do struggle. Everybody does. Because the thing is, at 168, you have to be more disciplined and watch everything you eat. But then when you say, "Oh, I'm gonna go 175," I can eat a little bit more. So that's the thing. But it was great. It was good. But I don't think he would have a problem to go down to 168. Like I said, discipline. He has a lot of discipline. He knows how to cut weight, and now he's learning more about his body, and it shouldn't be a problem to go to 168 or 175.
That was my next question, because obviously there was some news that came out a couple weeks ago. That David sent a letter to the WBC letting them know that he was not going to exercise his right to be the WBC mandatory for Canelo's super middleweight title at 168. And again, there was a lot of fans that were chirping about that. Why did David do that? Now David's the one ducking Canelo. I mean, coach, there was a lot of chirping that was going on. Trust me when I tell you. Now listen, I keep it real, because that's what we do here at the Hangout Spot. My thing, when I came out, the first thing I said to myself was, how long are you going to wait? Right? I mean, in all due fairness, David's been winning fights for the last 3 years, and after every fight, I mention him call out. I mean, he mentions Canelo, right? He wants that big fight at 168. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like, and this is what I said on one of my videos. It's almost like you're trying to ask the same chick out on a date every single week, and she keeps telling you no. Like how long are you going to keep asking her before you realize I got to move on, man? I got to move on to another chick. Right?
3 years. So they try to give us like 2 weeks, to make a decision. Come on, in 2 weeks, you just want to rest a little bit, and then by the time we kind of, oh shit, hey, we gotta tell these people. So we told them, hey, listen, well, we're ready to go to 168. If they're gonna give us a fight, let's make it happen. So then they announced that he was fighting these guys already, and so that's why we decided to stay. There's no point. Why are we gonna go down to 168 to fight who? Doesn't make sense. There's nothing up there. So right. At least, we fight for the interim over here, and hopefully Pitbull gets injured or Benavidez gets injured, and then we're there, we're ready to go. And plus they told us too that there was a big possibility we can fight the winner of that fight, so nothing's guaranteed, but I think that those fights could be easier, to make, because they don't have as much power as Canelo does.
Coach, keep it real with me. Let's address the elephant in the room. Why doesn't Canelo want to fight David?
Well, because he knows, and I just saw an interview. I see everything that Canelo says and does, He says that David's a big risk. Why would he fight him? He would not fight him for less than $200 million. But finally, he admitted, First, he was saying that David did not bring anything to the table. He hasn't fought anybody, this and that. He comes and gets Berlanga. Who has Berlanga fought? How many world titles has Berlanga fought? So at the end of the day, anything can happen in the ring. And to be honest with you, I would love for Berlanga to beat Canelo, even though I don't like what he's doing right now, all the things that he's saying and all that. He looks kind of dumb, But, I think at Berlanga, anything can happen, a big shot or whatever, lucky shot or whatever. But that would change everything. He will get all those belts, and then a lot of fighters would have opportunities. When right now Canelo, I feel that he has all those belts hostage, and they took the IBF, I think, from him, but now they're fighting him in his card. Somebody else is fighting for him. So at the end of the day, there's no belts there. But I think it would be nice for a big upset, just so we can see other people fighting for those belts.
Does David against Canelo ever happen in your opinion? Honestly,
never. Now, like I said, Canelo said that I'll fight David. He's a big risk, and he's not interested in David. Not unless they give him no less than $200 million.
Which is kind of outlandish, right? If you really think about it, I mean, but I'm disappointed, Coach, because obviously that's the fight that the entire world, including myself, wanted to see.
Everybody's disappointed, but at the end of the day,
No,
he wants to do, and he says it. So
listen, I get it, and you can't, as a fighter, if you're a true fight fan, you can't keep waiting around forever. I think that David is going to have a lot of good opportunities. One of the things that I said on one of my videos is that if you're not going to get the Canelo fight, then do something better. And a lot of people say, well, what's better than the Canelo fight? Well, how about waiting for the winner of Benavidez and Bivol, and let's say Bivol wins, David beats that guy who beat Canelo. I think that's bigger.
Imagine that would be great because that's the plan. Because Pitbull beat Canelo and beat Zurdo Ramirez. So this one will be the third Mexican, and I think it will be a great fight. To be honest, I'm more excited about that fight because then who can beat the one that beat the one? So I think that. But either or, Better Beef is a great fighter, a strong fighter, a dangerous fighter. But at the end of the day, we want to test our skills and see where we at, and I'm pretty sure David can beat both of them. So give us the opportunity.
Awesome. So today there was some news that was announced all over social media that supposedly David is going to be fighting in December on a PBC Amazon Prime card, possibly pay-per-view. Is that true?
If you saw it, that's true. Yeah, and I've been saying that I don't know where you heard it from, but yeah, it's ready. They said they were going to announce it today or tomorrow. I've been so busy, I haven't checked, but they told me yesterday, and they told me the first week or second week, and they called me to confirm that yeah, the fight is going. So yeah, David's fighting on September, and we'll let you know who he's fighting. They gave me some names, and
December. You mean December, right?
December,
Right.
November. I think November. I don't. Yeah, I was told November. So
Okay.
maybe to be December. We're not too far from November, But they say November. But like I said, I gotta go back and check. But I said yes. Let's make it happen. If it's in December, it's even better, So
Yeah.
I said yes. Let's make it happen. So everything's going. And I'm excited. I'm excited. That he's fighting, and we just gotta stay active and keep going. And keep proving ourselves.
Yeah. So that news, to answer your question, it was reported on the Boxing Voice
Okay.
Earlier today, there was some dialogue around it.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true. He's fighting. Like I said, I thought it was November. So December it sounds. We're ready. We're ready to go.
But they're saying that the opponent is to be determined. Do you have a list of names, maybe a top three that you're looking at?
Yeah, you know what? They were talking to me. Like I said, yesterday they were telling me about it, and I said yes to all those fighters. So right now, I mean, they're the ones that got to announce the fighter that they're choosing for David. At the end of the day, our job is to get ready and get ready for the day or whoever it is.
So I know you can't tell me who.
Yeah, not today.
It would be nice if you could tell me who, but I know you can't, obviously. But if I had to guess,
maybe tomorrow.
All right, so we'll keep in touch tomorrow. But if I had to guess, and I'm just gonna throw that out there, you don't have to answer. My guess would be either Anthony Yard, Callum Smith, or Willie Hutchinson.
No, none of them. None of those.
Really?
No,
Okay.
no, none of those. I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But no, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, but we're ready to fight whatever. Like I said, if we want to fight Canelo, we want to fight Benavidez or Pitbull, we gotta fight anybody. To be honest, whoever's willing to fight right now. But you forgot some names there that are very, very up there. And it's gonna be interesting.
That was just my top three guests, but I was looking at the rankings. There might be another two, but I'm not going to put you on the spot. We'll talk about that another time off the record. And I appreciate that. Again, I am here with head trainer extraordinaire Jose Benavidez Sr. Let's switch gears a little bit. So this past weekend, Rayo Valenzuela, my boy Jose Valenzuela, a guy that you've trained since he was young, and now you manage, pulled off what people think is a big upset. Personally, Coach, I didn't think it was a big upset. I had him winning that fight stylistically. But that was a great performance. What do you feel about that performance? I know you have to be super proud.
I feel really proud, and I want to congratulate Rayo Valenzuela. We worked so hard, and we said when I said we, it was his family, my family, David Jr. supported him a lot, and we took him to every camp there was. We got him his first professional fight before he fought. They wanted to debut him, they wanted to get his first professional fight at 17 or something like that. And I told him, no, he's not ready. We trained for another year, and we got him in the big stages since the beginning, and he was fighting in big cards, and he was going up really fast, and he lost a little bit of ground, and thank God he went through that because he learned a lot from that. And now at that point, nobody wanted to fight him. People didn't want to fight him. Teofimo didn't want to fight. Nobody wanted to fight him when he was undefeated. And now they thought, hey, when we talked to Pitbull's management, right away they say, yeah, let's make it happen. I think they made I always said that there was a big mistake, but I want to thank them for that opportunity that they gave Rayo, and now he's a world champion. But yeah, we worked really hard to get him up there, and now he's training with his amateur trainer, and Robert Garcia, and he's a world champion. At the end of the day, they did a great job. Everything went well. He's a world champion, and we gotta continue working hard and getting him the best fights that we can in order for him to keep going.
Listen, coach, it takes a team effort, man, and you helped get him there. I mean, you carried him, since he was a youth, and now he's a WBA 140-pound champion. Congratulations to him. A great game plan. He was composed. He used the uppercut when Pitbull was lunging in. I thought that was going to be key. He used movement, got out of the way, and never really stood against the ropes. I thought it was an excellent performance. What do you think is next for Rayo? I know it's early. But what do you think? Maybe a unification?
Yeah, man, that's it. At the end of the day, he proved himself. Nobody believed that he would win that fight. He did had a great plan to beat Pitbull. Pitbull's a great fighter. A lot of heart, throws a lot of punches, and he passed with flying colors in my mind. A fighter like that, at that caliber, because nobody gave him a chance to win. To be honest with you, they just
Absolutely.
thought that he was a tune-up. Even Pitbull was talking about other fighters. He wasn't even talking about Rayo. He underestimated him, and that's what happened. So we have Teofimo, we have Garcia in there, Ryan Garcia. We have so many fighters in there. Teofimo. What's his name? Man, I forgot his name right now. He's undefeated.
Which one?
Stevenson.
Oh, Stevenson. I went there. What about you? Got Liam Paro, who just won a title against Matias.
Yeah, so much, man. So much talent in there, man. The 135, 140 is stacked, man, with a lot of talent. So there's a lot of good fights to make at that weight.
No, that's excellent, man. His future is bright. Make sure you give him my best and let him know that knockout that he had against Chris Colbert, unbelievable.
Yeah, I'll let him know. Thank you.
Unbelievable, man. A lot of good fights for him ahead. Another bright young star that you have is Diego Pacheco. He is currently 21-0, 17 knockouts. He fights at super middleweight. A fight that I thought would be perfect for him would be Edgar Berlanga, but obviously Berlanga's getting the Canelo fight. But you said that he has a fight coming up in August, right?
Yeah. He fights his main event in LA, August 31st. So we're excited about that. He's doing really good. He's sparring Daniel Blancas, Julio Porras, and he's looking good, man. Looking really good. So I'm very excited about his next fight. And pretty soon, man, there was talks already that he was mandatory to fight Canelo too. So there's another one now that's going to try to hunt him at 160.
Oh, boy. Is he going to duck him too or what?
Yeah, I don't think he will. Yeah. The thing is with Diego Pacheco, the thing is he's every time he's getting better and better and better. He's progressing. And like I said, Berlanga, I mean, he's not progressing, now, he got dropped, he gets tired, and the same thing with Munguia, we knew that he was going to beat him, he's very hittable, he gets hit a lot, and he gave him a beating. So I think Berlanga, the same thing is going to happen. But like I said, I hope that Berlanga beats him. But in reality, I think Canelo's going to really play with them. And like he says, he's going to hurt him for 8 rounds, and then he's going to put him out.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. Like I said, I can't disagree. Anything can happen in boxing, but I get where you're coming from. But good luck to Diego. He's another young up-and-coming. He's a contender already. I wouldn't consider him, but he's a contender right now with that skill set. So I will be watching in August. Coach, you have a boxing academy and stuff like that as well, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have a boxing gym in Buren, Washington. We've been there for 5 years, and We're super excited to motivate kids here and bring boxing in Washington, man. We're very known here, and everybody gets motivated. The gym is packed, and I see a lot of more boxing, and now they pay a little bit more attention to Washington. So we love Washington. We don't forget where we come from, Phoenix, Arizona, and but it's a good state, and we're trying to motivate kids and try to help get to their goals.
Unbelievable. And I've been watching your stuff, man. I mean, you train, young kids, females. I mean, kudos to you, on that. One question I wanted to ask you, and it's really not boxing related. It's just more curiosity for me since I'm a fan. What does Jose Senior like to do outside of boxing?
Boxing, man, that's it. That's my life. That's everything I love to do. I never understood, to find something you love, and it's not work. I love what I do and they pay me. So, man, it's unbelievable. The thing is, my wife was in Tokyo with my daughter a week ago. I was supposed to go, but I'm like, no, we got Diego. So they went. To be honest with you, I've been on a couple of trips. I went with her to Hawaii. Man, I was on my phone the whole time, man. Because that's when one of the fights, the David, was happening for a world title, and I wasn't really up there or over here. So, I mean, it's good. Boxing is not forever, so I'm trying to enjoy every minute that I can enjoy right now. I know later on it's going to get a little busy. We got a lot of fighters. Like I said, we got right now August 17th, we got Federico Pacheco fighting in Long Beach. August 31st, we have Diego Pacheco fighting in LA. Then I have another kid on the 22. Actually, I almost forgot about him. They call him La Bala. He's a 118 pounder, and he's also fighting. Then I got on the 6th, I got a kid fighting in Texas. Also, he just won his WBC World Youth title. His name is Kevin. And then I got the next day, I got Gavi Tellez fighting. She was a decorated amateur. She just fought, got his win, and then we got Reina Tellez also. She has like 10 the same night. She has 10 professional fights. She also fought on her last fight for a youth title. So man, we're packed, man. We're like super excited, and I can't take a vacation right now.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. There's got to be something, coach, to decompress, movies, something that you like outside of
Nah,
boxing.
man. To be
Wow.
honest, man, this is the first time, even after the fight or after the fight when David fought on Monday, I was at the gym. Today is the only day that's 7:48 right here. I got here at 7 p.m. The first time ever that I get home at 7 p.m. I always get here like around 10, 11, sometimes 12 at midnight, and I leave like around 9 a.m. And but I'm happy, man. Time is going so fast and I enjoy every minute of it. And I think it's great.
Coach, this is why I appreciate you even more because you took time out of your busy schedule to hang out with me at the
Hey,
hangout spot, man. Listen, I mean, I am forever grateful. Let my fans, my followers know where they can find, Jose Senior on social media. You're on all platforms.
Yeah, I'm pretty much everywhere. Facebook, Instagram is the same. Jose Benavidez Senior, Team Benavidez, and I want to thank all the fans, man, for all the support. And we're going to continue working hard to keep giving you guys good fights. And like I say, sometimes boxing sometimes is a little kind of temporary, So we got to take advantage of everything that we can at this point, and continue to work hard, and then we can take the vacations later.
Listen, appreciate you. And or for my new viewers, if you're new to watching, obviously, this is how we do it up here at the Hangout Spot. Make sure you subscribe and like and follow. Great stuff. Again, Coach. I had an absolute blast. I just want to let you know that everybody that comes to the Hangout Spot, they family. So you are
Thank you.
always
Thank you.
welcome back. Hopefully, you want to come back and chat it up with me again. I had an absolute
Thank you.
blast.
For sure, right here, the same here, man. I'm enjoying everything. To be honest with you, man. I never even imagined in my life giving autograph. Everywhere I go now, "Oh, can you sign here? Can you sign?" I'm like, man, that feels. I don't understand why some people don't want to sign. You make somebody happy. You give somebody a smile. It's like man, it doesn't cost anything, man, you know. And I'm blessed. And for you to interview me and be here with you and motivate other parents to keep with their kids and keep pushing, and it's a blessing, man. And I love every second of it. And I get a lot of calls. Hey, you know what? I got my kids, and you know they want to be like your kids. What did you do, or what advice can you give me? You know, and I'm always trying to help, man. You know, a lot of people send me a lot of texts, and I try to respond to everybody. And but that makes me feel real good, man. At the end of the day, you know, I love all this, man, and thank you for doing the interview, and it means a lot to me too.
No, it means a lot to me, man. I mean, you took time out of your schedule. I mean, you hit me up. You know, we chatted for a little bit. We set this up. This means the world to me, you know, because like I said, you know, I'm trying to take this channel to the next level. I'm getting media credentials to fights now. So hopefully I want to get one. I want to get credentials to a fight that obviously you'll be in the corner. So we could get that picture going.
Definitely.
You give me a signed glove or something, because like I said, I'm a fan and I'll be a fan for life, and I'm always appreciative. So I appreciate this time. I really do.
Bro. Thank you.
My followers, I appreciate you watching. As always, this is your boy Johnny signing out from the Hangout Spot with head coach extraordinaire, Jose Benavidez, and I will talk to everybody soon.